Friends, this market is rough. People have less money, there's more inflation, there's a lot more sellers, we have competition from big retailers. I did a video recently walking through all the different reasons that, I'm personally, and I know other people are, seeing a decline in sales and just trying to make it through this market. In today's video, though, I'm going to be talking about the benefits of being a small seller. Yes, it's hard because we have lots of competition with big retailers and there's certain things that we just can't do. But the nice thing about being a small seller is we can pivot pretty easy. It's much easier to pivot a small business, to pivot a small eBay and Poshmark seller than these big retailers, these big sellers. So I'm going to walk you through how exactly to figure out what to pivot to be able to make money during these times. Walk you through the step by step. It doesn't matter what you sell. This is going to be a tutorial step by step based off of data and numbers. And before you get off of this, if numbers and data kind of scare you, I'm going to walk you through the step by step, and it's guaranteed to work because it's based off of non-biased numbers and data. I even have spreadsheets that you can just plug in your numbers and not even have to go through all of the building a spreadsheet or calculating the numbers. It'll do it for you. Those are linked down below. So I want to talk a little bit about the different types of sellers and the different strategies that you can do as a reseller. This is going to be based off of the golden formula for resellers. Like I said, this is linked down below. And so I'll start updating some of these numbers and then it'll populate how much money I'm going to make. So it's really easy. You guys can have it linked down below. I think there's a coupon code or it's like $1 or $2 or something on my website. Anyway, so we're going to be going off of the golden formula for resellers, and this is sell-through rate. So if you're new to the channel, new to reselling, sell-through rate is just how many items you've sold out of how many that you had for sale in the time period you're looking at. For the sake of this video, we're looking kind of at a month. We're looking at a month of data. If you're looking at a week, just keep everything at a week. If you're looking at a year, just keep all of your numbers at that same time period. So sell-through rate, again, how many you've sold out of how many that you have for sale. This is a percentage. If you had 10 pairs of pants for sale and you sold all 10 of those this month, you would have 100% sell-through rate. It depends on what you sell, good, bad number. I have lots of videos on that, but that's just exactly what it is. And then if you multiply your sell-through rate out of your times your active listings, that's essentially just how many items that you have sold. We're looking at a month. That's all that those big scary numbers in the parentheses mean, is how many items you sold for the month. The reason that we break it down this way is to be able to kind of manipulate it and make the money that we want to make and make different strategies. And then you multiply how many items you've sold by your average sale price, ASP. On average, how much are these items selling for? You can also see down here, I do have these formulas if you wanted to calculate things yourself. Like I said in here, some of these calculations are going to be done for you. If you get my dashboard, which we'll be looking at in a minute, all of these calculations are done for you for lots of different data points. But so you have how many items you sold times how much they've sold for. All that does is tell you how much money that you've made. Gross revenue. We're not taking out expenses. We're not taking out a cost of goods. We're not taking out shipping and fees. We're keeping it very simplistic. So do keep that in mind when you guys are going through this. This does not include your cost of goods, your time, your expenses, all of that. The reason that I have built this golden formula for resellers, this is everything that I base my business on, because it tells you how they work together. If you want to move your gross revenue, so let's look at the formula. The formula, you have gross revenue. Remember, equal signs, everything on this side is the same as everything on this side. If you want to increase your gross revenue, you simply just have to increase one or multiple of those variables on the other side. So if you want to make more money, you increase your sell-through rate, or you increase how many items you have for sale, or you increase your average sale price. I do have lots of videos going over this in my How to Make Money Reselling, but that's what I base it on. And based off of this is how you can tell the different strategies for a reseller. You can have high ASP sellers. You can have a high average sale price business model, meaning that you don't sell a lot of items, but you sell really high price items. Your average sale price is really high, meaning you don't have to sell a lot of items. You can have a high, and let's look at the numbers to show you a little bit. So let's say you have a sell-through rate 10%. But your average sale price is closer to $100. Let's say it's $100. So we change this, and down here you can see if those are your numbers. If you have 1,800 active listings and you increase your average sale price, you're selling really high price items and they're selling at a 10% sell-through rate, you'll make $18,000 for the month. Now, if you go ahead and take that back and you say, hey, I have a lower average sale price. I can only find items that are selling for maybe $15. I'm more of a high volume sell-through person. My average sale price is $15, but hey, my sell-through rate, because my items are low, it's things that people really want, is 20%. Let's actually increase that to 30 for the sake of this video. Hey, I'm making $8,000 based off of a low average sale price. I have a really high sell-through rate. Now, let's say based off of this, and typically speaking, high sell-through rate, you need to have a lot of items available. So let's say, hey, you have 300,000 items available. Now you're up to $13,000, right? So you can see where these numbers move together. And that's what I'm saying. You kind of have three different strategies. You can work together, but you can sell really high priced items. You can sell a high volume, so high sell-through rate, and you can simply just have, a little bit of both and just have a lot of items available. And that's going to make you a lot of money. The reason that we're talking about this is right now people don't have a lot of money, which means your average sale price, I'm seeing it in my business, but your average sale price is kind of declining, and people don't have $100 to spend. They maybe have, $15 to spend. And so if you're going to say, hey, my average sale price, I just really can't do a high average sale price, there's two other variables that you can work on. My average sale price is declining. So based off of, you have three variables on the left side. If my average sale price is declining, that means I either need to increase my active listings or I need to increase my sell-through rate to make the same or more money. So if your average sale price right now, people don't have money, they're not really spending a lot of money, they're focused more on necessity, things that they need at a low price point, that means the average sale price is going down. And so your options are either increase your active listings, so keep everything the same, buy what you normally buy, but have more active listings available. That's going to kind of offset your average sale price, or it's going to help you make more money. For me personally, I don't have more space. I work from home because I have 3 children. I can't get a storage unit because I just simply don't have the time to be going somewhere else to ship and photos and everything that it takes. So I'm out of space. Active listings is not a strategy. Increasing my active listings is not going to be a strategy right now. The strategy for me then is my sell-through rate. I need to work on increasing my sell-through rate. So how do you do this, right? Easier said than done. So what I always recommend when you're looking at numbers and data is look at your data and look at the market. So looking at your data, like I mentioned earlier, I have a dashboard for sale. So you guys can put your information into this, and then this would be your categories. But I'm looking at 1 year's worth of data for my top 20 gross revenue performing categories. This is likely most of my categories. I sell women's clothing, shoes, and purses, so I don't have a gazillion different categories. But if you sold a various different categories, this would take the top 20 categories that are making you the most gross revenue. So you come over here, we have sell-through rate, right? So I'm focusing on sell-through rate. People don't have as much money to spend, so I am going to lower my average sale price to increase my sell-through rate and pick categories that have a high sell-through rate. My sell-through rate for home goods is 91%. Honestly, these are likely things that people gave me or maybe something for my own house. I don't source home goods, so that's not a good one to look at. Jewelry is 100%. This is something that I did for consignment. I know personally that's not something that I know anything about, but if it was a sell-through rate of 100%, I want to get more of that category, figure out how to do it. Swim is 72%, jumpsuits is 72%, tops is 62%, right? So looking at these categories for me personally that have a high sell-through rate, increasing selling in categories that have high sell-through rates, that is going to offset people not having money, people sending lower offers, people not buying those $100 bags that I'm selling. Focus more on the categories that have high sell-through rates. Typically speaking, that's going to be a lower profit. If you do not have the dashboard, you may have information for yourself. So look at your categories however you look at it. If you don't have information of yourself, that is going to be the best data for you and the best metrics to look at because it's based off of you. It's your numbers, the knowledge that you have, the items that you already sell. If you don't have that, you can go ahead and look at Terapeak. For the sake of this video and time, I'm just going to link a video up here of how to use Terapeak, but you can go into Terapeak and you can look at sell-through rates. You can look at average sale prices. It will, if you have a store, it will recommend, these are really good categories to sell in based off of what you sell. Look at those, do some deep dives and figure out what categories right now have high sell-through rates because people don't have money. So you want items that have really high sell-through rates to offset that lower average sale price. If you like this video, YouTube also thinks that you're going to like this video. I will link a playlist here of how to make money reselling, and then make sure to hit that subscribe button to learn how to make money reselling on Poshmark and eBay.